This problem demonstrates problem number 7 from chapter 18 of your MyStatLab homework. This table demonstrates the following scores 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and the probabilities that are assigned to each score. I have went ahead and I have changed the percentages to decimals by dividing each one of the percentages by 100. The first thing that we want to do is we want to find the mean. And the mean of this table will be found by taking the sum of the score column times each one of the probabilities and then taking this last column and summing it up. So the mean is equal to the sum of each individual score times its corresponding probability. So what I have done is I have taken 5 times 13.1% and I received 0.655. Then I took 4 times 22.5% and that is 0.9. 3 times 24.2%, that is 0.726. 2 times 17.3%, that is 0.346. And finally 1 times 22.9%, and that is 0.229. Then what we are going to do is we are going to sum this entire column to find the mean. So the sum is 0.655 plus 0.9 plus 0.726 plus 0.346 plus 0.229 for a sum of 2.856. The next thing that we are going to do is we're going to find the standard deviation. We're going to use the formula for standard deviation as sigma is equal to the square root of the sum of x sub I, which is each score, minus the mean, quantity squared, times the probability. So to find the standard deviation, we're going to add some columns to our table. Okay, this table is showing the score column, the probabilities column, the score times probabilities column, and then I have added 3 more columns. So the first column that I have added is this score minus mean column. This is where I've taken each score over here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I have subtracted the mean that we found earlier, which was 2.856. So in my first row I have 5 minus the mean, which will give me an answer of 2.144. Then I took 4 minus 2.856, and that's where I got 1.144. Then I took 3 and subtracted 0.144 and got, I took 3, subtracted 2.856 and received 0.144. Then 2 minus 2.856, and that gave me negative 8.56. And 1, subtract the mean, and that gave me negative 1.856. Then I'm going to take each one of these numbers in this column and I'm going to square it. So 2.144 times itself will give me 4.5967. 1.144 times itself will give me 1.3087, and etc. down through the columns. After I have this column here, which is the score minus the mean, quantity squared, I'm going to take each one of these numbers times my probability. So to get this last column right here, I took 4.5967 times my probability, which was 0.131 over here, and that gave me 0.60217. I continue to do this for each score, and I have the following numbers: 0.29447, 0.00502, 0.12676, and 0.78884. Finally, what I want to do is I want to sum this last column. So the sum of each individual score minus the mean, quantity squared, times the probability is going to be equal to 0.60217 plus 0.29447 plus 0.00502 plus 0.12676 plus 0.78884. And that sum is 1.1817264. Okay, the next thing we're going to do to find the standard deviation is to finally, after we have summed that last column, and remember our sum was approximately equal to 1.1817264. So finally we need to take the square root of this sum and that will be what we get for our standard deviation. So my final answer is the square root of 1.1817264, or my standard deviation is about 1.348 for my answer.